Alright, today's video, we're going to be putting this Recaro into the E36. I've had this for a little bit now, I've just been kind of lazy to put it in, but today's the day. I'm going to start off in the car by removing the stock seat out, which is pretty simple, and then we're going to get to test fitting this. And it's going to be solid mounted with no sliders, so I'm going to have to find the perfect position and then bolt it up. Alright, so I got the stock seat out. It's just two 16mm nuts up front and two 16mm bolts in the back. Disconnect all the connectors right there and the seat should just pop out. As far as seatbelt mounting goes, what I'm gonna do is use this. So I actually stole this from the rear deck portion right there. And I have like a bracket that the seatbelt can attach to. I would like to use the stock receptacle, but this way you could actually run it through the seat and it's actually much safer. And we'll get to that later where I unbolt this portion right here and slide this through the actual bucket seat. But for now, I'm gonna start test fitting the seat into the car. All right, so I got the floor mounts bolted in. They do seem to sit pretty flat, but we'll see once we try to mount the seat in. But next up, I'm going to test fit the seat and see where it's the most comfortable. So I have the seat test fitted right now. Nothing's really bolted in except one bolt in the back. But when you solid mount it like this, you just have to kind of just do a bunch of adjustments, and honestly it'd be pretty easy to adjust later on too, but for now I kind of have it set all the way back. So what I think I'm going to do is remove these side mounts from the seat itself and bolt up the side mounts first, and then bolt the seat in and then see how that feels. I also did bolt up the seat belt. So this is the setup. There's a little bracket behind there that actually mounts and kind of sandwiches between the mount and the floor mount, and this seat belt receptacle just kind of bolts into that. I'll show you guys later, but it kind of snakes its way through the seat, and that way you can have an actual proper 3-point harness setup. All right, well, the seat's fully in. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but honestly not that hard of an install at all. All in all, probably took about an hour's time, and that's me taking my time and just making sure everything's kind of perfect. So just an overview of like what you'll actually need if you ever plan on doing this. You do need floor mounts that are specific to your chassis. Following that, you do need side mounts for your seat. Other than that, you need a bunch of hardware too. Most of this stuff came with a bunch of hardware, but I did need to go run to AutoZone like a bunch of times just to grab a bunch of extra hardware. What's optional is you can get sliders that go in between the side mount here and the floor mount. That allows you to like kind of adjust the seat back and forth. You're gonna need the seat belt bracket. You can't really tell, but it's down there. That's what this attaches to. Once again, I stole this from my back seat area, so I do need to buy another one. And as far as snaking the factory seat belt, it's just held in by a T50 bolt that bolts in right here. You just take the cover off. Super simple. This slides through and you just snake it through the seat. Other than that, it's in. So I need to get some proper photos of it. As you guys can tell, it's not my typical garage. I'm actually in San Francisco, so this was like a super mobile job, but I figured putting a seat in is honestly super simple, and it was, so I was able to do it just on the sidewalk area here. I do have a final piece to the puzzle. That's this bad boy. $50 well spent. So I got the car cleaned up, and here it is.